Hey everyone, Sean here, and today in this video I wanted to do something a little fun and kind of a little different, but still relating to video games, as we always do on this channel. And we're all about having fun anyway. So before we dive into all this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Really appreciate it, guys. And so what we're gonna be doing today is basically just for funsies, right? As we all know, at this point with Final Fantasy VII Remake, the series is going to be a three-part series, and so we had Remake for 7, and then now we have Rebirth for 7. So we're gonna have likely a word that starts with Re or RE in the subtitle or whatever, in the secondary little title of this series of Final Fantasy VII. So as you also maybe be able to tell that it's supposed to be like, I don't know, recreating something, right? That's the whole idea of this whole series for 7. It's a pretty different take, quote unquote, of 7 and blah blah blah. So I'm going to be just like looking through words of, you know, that could be appropriate for 7, and then just find words that could be funny for 7 as well. When it comes to the third part or final part of this 3-part series. So we have Remake, Rebirth, and what could possibly be coming from this dictionary anyway. So so you can already tell some of the possibilities. So there are words that are technically starting with RE but don't necessarily correlate with like recreating, rebirth, or remaking something, right? But that's what we're here for. We're gonna look through words that start with RE and pretty much all of them. So let's have some fun here. I don't know how long this is gonna go on, but we'll see. So I guess that could be a word, right? The two-letter words, re. Oh, what's that? Oh, re. Do re mi fa so. Okay. So re, I guess, technically falls into that, but yeah, that obviously it's not, you know, it doesn't correlate with recreating or rebirth or whatever. But that is kind of funny as an interesting start. Okay, so let's go through actual words, possibly. So red. That's another funny one because Rebirth does have red lettering in it, and I don't know if you can tell already. The background is usually blue. My lights are usually blue, but I turned them to red for this one because the lettering of Rebirth is not only kind of greenish but also red on the bottom-ish. So that's why I kind of went with that. And red is kind of funny. Maybe it could be red for the last one, Final Fantasy VII Red. Or read, red, real. Real. Can you imagine the final part for Final Fantasy VII of the remake series, I should say, the remake trilogy will end it with just real. It starts with re, so it you know, falls into that same category. Rend, okay. I believe that it's a word rendering you know, referring to destroying something, essentially. Repo, is that like repossession? Something repossessed, that's really funny. So repossession could be another one too. On top of that, repo will be pretty funny though. Like it just come, the you know, the people, the repo people just come in and just take away everything, I don't know, Cloud owns or something, including his bust sword because he can't pay up his bills or whatever, his debt. Can you just imagine Cloud just going broke, and there you go. He can't pay his rent right here. Final Fantasy VII rent. That's all. That's what it's gonna be. You're just gonna be paying rent. That's the final part. You know, despite what events take place in Rebirth, you're just gonna be paying your rent. That's all is what it's gonna be. Rest. That could be an appropriate one. I mean, it's the final one. You could take it, you know, rest for the rest of your life, right? Rest in peace, right? You know, this is also supposed to be possibly, you know, potentially going to be the good ending for Final Fantasy VII, because from what I've been hearing anyway, I have not played part 2 or part whatever, right? The second half of Final Fantasy VII, the original, and from what I can understand, the ending for that original story is supposed to be bad, supposedly. So I did, yeah. So I guess it could, like correlate to that, I guess. Redo, hit the redo button, right? Hit the redo command. That could set up for another 3-part series for Final Fantasy VII. That's definitely convenient for Square Enix, because they love money and they're a company, right? That would be pretty appropriate. Rear, okay. I mean, I guess in a sense it is reaching to the end, right? Rear is supposed to be your end, right? Your end side of it. Reach, yeah, okay. Reach could be a potential one. A potential one, like reach to the conclusion, the conclusion that you want. Reaction would be pretty funny, or react. The reads, right? You got those reads, in fighting games. Redub, like you're, redubbing the dialogue or something, right? Redo, that's another way of saying redo, right? Brought back, oh, right? That could be an appropriate word for it. You're bringing back something, right? You could probably be bringing back Aerith or somebody else, possibly. Oh man, that actually kind of opens up the doors, right? Because Aerith dies in the original one, spoilers, kind of, but we don't know what's gonna happen in this one. This is supposed to be like rewriting history, rewriting destiny, because it's all jacked up at this point. It's just on to shit. It's chaos. So anyone else can die besides Aerith. It could be Tifa, it could be Yuffie, it could be Sid, it could be Barrett, right? Oh man, if Barrett dies, I don't know what I'd do, right? You just never know. You just never know who dies. Hey, hell, it could be Cloud for all we know, and then someone else has to take up the mantle. Maybe they'll do the thing where, right? I hate to kind of bring it up this way, like maybe bring in Tifa and or Aerith as the protagonist, right? Because the trend of like trying to make female characters the main character, even though that's already happened in the past. But today's trends, right? The Hollywood thing where they're trying to bring in female characters written to kind of please that audience, being strong and independent and blah blah blah. They possibly could do that route, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it. But that's just an idea that could that's branched off of another possibility. But anyway, so anyway, that's just me talking at this point. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of words, but obviously we're not gonna go through every single thing. Recap, that'd be kind of weird. Refry. Reeks. Like, man, this story reeks of just ass. Rain, Final Fantasy Rain. Rehab, oh my god. From what I've been seeing with Cloud, I think he's gonna be needing rehab. Like, I think he's like a vegetable or something like that, like in the wheelchair or something like that. I could be definitely be wrong, because I don't get the whole context of like that situation with Cloud on the wheelchair with Tifa pushing him and stuff like that. But rehab could be potentially be an appropriate word for what's gonna happen in the final part of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Realm, right? It could be a Realm Reborn. Reborn. No, well, Reborn is kind of like Rebirth already, but hey, I mean, you never know. Rebirth is another one. Regal, like super like elegant, rich looking. Oh, and I just thought of another one that starts with Reddit. We did it, Reddit. Or just bringing those weird people from Reddit, right? They write the story. Or it leads to Reddit, right? The website Reddit. I don't know. I'm trying to connect it with something, but I got nothing, man. Remix, but remix could be a potential one, because they love using the word remix with Kingdom Hearts. That could be a possible one. Reset, right? There's another one, a potential one. Go down. Retro, right? What if you know, somehow that the result of that will lead back to, you know, to the original story, and then they become the retro versions of themselves, so they'd be called all tiny and polygony and weird looking, right? You know, it's a loop. It's a loop at that point, right? Somehow, I don't know. Repay, like we gotta, we gotta keep paying for these games. Oh no, if that's the word for it, it's gonna be a live service. Oh no. Number 3 is gonna be a live service, guys. The story will never end. You just keep paying and paying and paying for characters, you know, with 5 that have the 5-star rating, and then they're super powerful, but you can only get them through gacha. Oh, it's gonna be terrible, guys. Absolutely terrible. I guess Retina could be another one. I just thought of that one. Relay, Recon. We already saw that one. Revenue. That's another one. Oh man. Unfortunately, a number of them do have to do with money. Reaper could be a potentially cool one. Reap. You know, Sephiroth is kind of like a Grim Reaper in a sort of way. Someone could get reaped, pretty much. Recast. That could lead to 2 things, right? Like the characters get recasted with different actors, or you know, you're recasting a spell, so that's kind of like a little more appropriate for Final Fantasy standards, I guess. Recode, realize. That's another kind of a clever word to use for the re thing. That could be another one. You know, you're realizing what the outcome is going to be, or pretty much like the lesson of this whole trilogy, the whole message behind it. Reawake. That could be a reawakening. That could be a potential word for it too. Reactor. Yeah, I mean, you know, we had the whole reactor core thing. With that energy resource, I'm forgetting. The Mako. Yeah, I think that's what it is. The Mako energy or whatever. It's appropriate in that sense, but I'm definitely thinking that's not gonna happen. But I think reawakening could be a potential word for it, besides, like, you know, the cliche ones like revelations and stuff like that. Reboot, that could be really funny, actually, if you do think about that. Let's just go on to the other ones just to see. Reabsorb, readouts, rearming, any new ones, reactions. I mean, that could be funny because, you know, the whole React genre is still going strong, and how it's like affecting the YouTube game, and especially on Twitch as well. Hopefully that kind of like dies down a bit, but hey man, as long as people want to see, you know, how certain people feel, then that's just what it is. I don't think it's really gonna go away, but you just never know, right? I think eventually people get tired of stuff, but anyway. Reascended. I mean, reasonable. That's a pretty funny. That's another pretty funny one. Reasonable. Like, I don't know, Sephiroth becomes reasonable to talk to or something like that. That'd be pretty hilarious. Reargument. I mean, I guess that's kind of appropriate because the Final Fantasy fanbase can be a bunch of like pit bulls, if you know what I'm saying, like with all the arguments and stuff like that between each other. I mean, that can go for like all fan bases, but especially for like Square Enix fans or just Final Fantasy fans in general, which kind of melds with the Kingdom Hearts fans. They like their arguments and stuff like that. They like to stand on their ground. I get it, you know. Reanimated. Man, I mean, maybe one of the characters can come back as a zombie or something, right? Well, of course there are words that are pretty obvious, like resurrection, for example. I think we'll run into that. We should be running into that pretty soon, because that's a pretty long word if you haven't realized. But other than that, I don't think we're not really seeing anything else interesting here. Oh wait, I need to hit all. Rebellious, rebellion, yeah, reblending. Let's see, recharged. Yeah, that's funny. That sounds more like a Mario Strikers kind of like sequel or something. The next game, so to say. Recharge could be a pretty funny one for Final Fantasy. Like you're gonna recharge with Mako energy and stuff like that. Recounts. Recouncil. That could be another funny one. Reconnect. Yeah, that's recover. Recoverers. That's another recreation or recreation. Recreation's like fun. That's the funny one. But recreation could be sort of that appropriate sort of wording of all the ones. Recuperate. Oh, we're gonna be recuperating, or we're gonna need recuperation. All right, after playing part 3, pretty much. Redemanded. Redemption. That could be another one, but that's like very Western-esque, like Red Dead Redemption, right? A lot. I feel like the Western side of things likes to use the word redemption, definitely, but you know, I could be wrong on that one, but I do notice a number of Western stuff or just non-Japanese things use the word redemption quite a bit in their video games and whatever, movies and stuff like that. Re-election, that's a I mean, it depends on where we are, right? I mean, re-electing our president and stuff like that, and especially in Final Fantasy, you know, the president of the Shinra company or whatever, technically kind of went through a re-election, right? Reevaluate. I mean, like how we are going to be evaluating our lives potentially after what part 3 or even part 2 has to offer potentially. I mean, it could be very crazy. It's going to be bonkers. It's got to be bonkers one way or the other. Refiguring. Okay. Refillable. Refilling. Oh man. Reformat. That could be that's another one. There are a lot of words with definitely. There's like definitely thousands of them. Reinstall, rejuggling, rejuvenate, maybe. Relinquish. Ooh, that sounds like a really negative one. That sounds kind of dark. Or it could be, I mean, I guess it really depends on what the context is. You know, are you relinquishing your obsession with something? Or are you just relinquished of any motivation to do something? You know, I guess it really depends. Remarkable, I guess that could be another one. Remarketed. Rematch. Oh, that could be pretty cool. Remodeling. Repeat. Repairable. Oh, there's some deep ones if you think about it. Repertoire. You know, like I said, it could go back to that loop, right? You know, maybe Sephiroth can probably would like to go to another universe or something and try to mix things up again. Repopulate. Ooh, okay. That sounds like a post-apocalyptic thing. Reposting. Yeah, you know, nice repost there. You know, that's like a common thing in private chats, which is pretty funny. Record. I just saw it. Retirement. That's it. We're done. We're done, son. Nomura, Hashimoto, everyone's retiring. Everyone from that staff is going to be retiring. That's going to be it. This is the last story ever told. That's it. This is the end of all what's Final Fantasy as we know it. That's going to be the title, guys. Retirement. That's it, guys. Show's over, guys. Show's over. Oh, reward. Yep. You know, it definitely would feel a reward, one way or the other, for being a part of this experience. I think it's very rewarding. It feels, and hopefully that'll be the case for not only for part 2 but for part 3 as well. You know, so far I do like the VII Remake stuff. It's very interesting, and it's very interesting of how they're approaching this. You know, it's not just like a one-to-one remake, so to say. It's a retelling. I think it's a pretty clever way of not only, you know, bringing back that nostalgia for Final Fantasy VII, but also doing something interesting with it. I mean, they're just doing something crazy. It's entertaining as hell, and I think it's, you know, I think it's creative in that sense. They're not just rehashing something that's already been done. It's you know, covering a lot of bases. It's nostalgic, you recognize it, but and yet it feels fresh because of what is going on with the story. So you get to see all the characters, you can see all those things that you were familiar with from the original 7, and not only that, you get to see that all with the pretty graphics, and it's going to be on Unreal Engine 5, since it is going to be on PlayStation 5 only and stuff like that, which means there's really not going to be anything holding it back. It's going to be a glow up, guys. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be great. I'm guaranteeing you that. It's just a matter of how you like the story. You know, that's going to be a very subjective thing. It can make or break the fan base potentially of where it's going to go. But I'm all for it. I mean, I like the gameplay of it. I think I'll definitely enjoy the video game aspect of it, and I do look forward to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth through and through. So no matter what, I think it's going to be great. So that's pretty much it for this video. Went on pretty long, but I thought this was pretty fun just to like kind of go through like the words that start with re or re. Right? Yeah, I think it would be pretty funny if any of these ones that could be the potential pick for part 3. What will be the last RE word, you know, being used for this remake trilogy? If you have any like any RE words that you want to throw in or slap it into the in the comment section below, it could be like, you know, I don't know, it could be something from like an anime or something, or be something that's anything that the dictionary did not cover. You know, you could even throw in like Resident Evil or something. For all I care. I mean, if you're creative about it, I don't know. That would be pretty funny. You know, it's all about like universes and multiverses and dimensions and rewrite. That could be another one, right? Destiny and stuff like that. So, any comments in the comment section below, I'd love to read them. And this was a pretty fun video, so thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao now.